created for this class is called Sports Game Times, and the point of the app is to allow developers to use a really simple JSON API for making apps about sports games. So for the purpose of this class, I use data about the NBA. So I got this data from a site that creates comma separated value files with NBA game times. So let's go into how a developer would use this. So a developer would use this super simply by just grabbing data from game/NBA. A developer would be able to grab information including where the game's at, who the teams are, and pretty much any information they want about a game, whether it's on a TV station, what time the game's at, and they'll be able to get all the games for the NBA. But say specifically they wanted to filter by team. So for example, they only want games, or they only want Celtics games, or they only want Warriors games. The developer would be able to specify that. In addition, they could also say they only wanted home Warriors games or away Warriors games. A developer could also get information on a specific game by just specifying the ID of the game, or the developer could go get more information on the team specifically, including their division, their conference, where stadium they play at, and all kinds of information like that by just getting data from team/NBA. So obviously you might want to specify only teams in the Atlantic, Central, Northeast, those type of divisions, and this API allows you to do that. It also allows you to specify a specific team by ID. So obviously right now this is very simple with just NBA games and just NBA games for this year, but as you can imagine, this could be generalized to different types of teams as well as more seasons, to allow developers to really have a very simple database to grab these sports games from, because right now this information is actually more difficult to come across than you would expect. Sports game times, a developer would be able to very simply get this data and create a sports app using this data.